If we don't make it,
We'll make it.
it's been an honor serving with you, John.
Yep, that will be you. Yes, all of you watching this video. Okay, so whether you're in your first year of college like me, already been in a few years or graduated already, or if you're in like middle school or high school where college is like eons and light years away, honestly, even if you didn't go to college or probably not going to with that 1 point something GPA, truth is we all have some type of conception or misconception for that matter when it comes to college. One person to tell you you have to go to college and there's no other way to be successful in life. Another person to tell you fuck them college and that you'll be better off without it. More times than not, it's often questionable people giving you the advice. But if the uncle that just got out of jail is telling me to stay in school and not be like him, I'm probably gonna listen. Me on the other hand, I'll tell you, nah, I'm trolling. I'm not here to tell you whether to stay in school or not, but in my limited time as a college student, I've seen and heard some questionable things, to say the least. So from parties to girls to grades, here are some of the biggest college expectations versus reality. Alright, so off rip, one of the biggest things college is known for, especially because Halloween season is coming up, we gotta talk about them college parties. Now, if you've never been to one, all your knowledge pretty much comes from what you've seen on TV shows, movies, TikTok, or maybe something your friend told you or something. And if you f with parties, you probably think it looks a little something like this. On the other hand, if you don't like parties, you probably think something like this would happen. Either way, you're probably wondering, what do they really look like? And well, the answer is, it depends. I mean, don't get me wrong, everything that you would expect at a party is probably, actually not, scratch that, definitely there. The smoking and drinking, the music and dancing, the guys and or girls, depending on what you're into, you name it, they probably got it. With that being said, if you're walking into a party, 60 overall, brown shirt, no badges, your experience is gonna be completely different from somebody who's a little high overall, for lack of better terms. Like, there's genuinely levels to this shit. I'm not trolling. And if you're not a girl and don't have any connections, just wrap it up, buddy, because you're not getting in for free. I swear, every millisecond you wait, the price goes up like 5x. Once you're in the party though, I ain't gonna lie, the types of people there usually varies. For the most part, it's pretty chill, normal people just trying to have some fun. But depending on the type of party, it can range from frat dudes using their parents' money to get the stuff that looks like salt, if you know what I'm saying. Probably something worse if we're being honest. All the way to YNs with heavy military grade artillery shooting up the whole function just because somebody looked at them the wrong way. Either way, whatever type of people it is, you always gotta be careful and do not take random drinks and or substances. Substances, what am I saying? Anyways, that's especially for girls, but I feel like that goes without saying. And make sure you know when it's time to skedaddle from a party. How would you know, you might ask? Trust me, you'll know. Oh yeah, and about peer pressure, I'm sorry, but that should just not be happening in college. Listen, we're all grown here, we can make our own decisions. No one's gonna beat your ass if you say no to stuff that's genuinely bad for you. And if they do, well, honestly, that's just a skill issue. Next. Alright, next we gotta talk about the social life. Everything from making friends to love life to just having basic human interaction and making connections. Now, if you haven't been there, you probably think that's all sunshine and rainbows. That you could just talk to anybody and they'll be your friend, or you could just talk to any girl and they'll automatically be going. Now, for a very small percentage of people, this could be true, but I ain't gonna lie, like I said earlier, most of y'all are probably gonna be 60 overall brown shirts. And just like in the park, it's gonna be hard to get on the spot. Now, obviously, it's not impossible to make friends. Personally speaking, I've made way more friends than I would have thought. I mean, you're in a place with literally thousands, if not tens of thousands of new faces. It's bound to happen. And you know, it's cool to have a lot of friends or whatever, but realistically, you're probably not gonna keep all of them. Now, I'm not saying you're gonna lose all of your homeboys and girls and be lonely, but realistically, you can't maintain like 15 relationships on top of schoolwork. It's just not possible. Speaking of relationships though, if you think you're gonna have a real and genuine romantic relationship in college, I know, I just forget about it, gang. Now, I'm not saying it's impossible to have a genuine relationship in college. Oh, wrong image. In fact, from what I've seen and from people I know, if both people are committed, I don't see why not. Just don't do that love bombing because the amount that happens in college is crazy. Like, chill, y'all just met 2 days ago. What are you talking about? I love you, let's get married. The point is, it's college, bro. People are gonna want to experience things, and it's nothing personal, really. However, this is no excuse to cheat. If you're gonna be doing stuff, at least be single or break up with them or something. I don't know. Whatever you do, just don't be one of them delusional niggas that's like, oh, my girl would never be going like that, knowing damn well there's concrete 4K evidence of her being in a dorm room with 6 dudes till 4 in the morning. If I'm being honest, you could just ignore everything I just said because your fate might already be sealed depending on the school. I hate to be the one to tell you, but if they go to a state university, just wrap it up, buddy. Next. Now onto what college is really supposed to be about, classes and grades. Okay, first thing I gotta clear out the air. You know when your high school teacher or anybody really tell you that something won't fly in college? They're right. It levitates. Now one would think, assume even, that college professors would be some of the strictest on earth teaching education at the highest level, right? And you know what? They actually kind of are. I promise, bro, the stuff you see in a college lecture hall is straight out of a parallel universe. And I'm not even talking just regular stuff like people on their phone, playing Clash Royale or watching a movie or whatever. I'm talking who will literally be making full course meals. Matter of fact, play the clip.
Ding dong, eat it up, eat it well and mix it up. Ding dong, what the fuck will come to your door and give it to you one?
I promise you, college professors don't care nearly as much as you think they do. Especially in huge lecture halls with like 1 trillion students. Something that's low-key kind of backwards though is those rare professors that do care a lot and have no life outside of teaching are always the lower level ones. And it'll be some intro level class where a pop quiz is worth like 90% of your grade for whatever reason. Like, bro, make that make sense. But on the other hand, it'll be the higher level professors that are chill and laid back and actually do something with their lives outside of teaching. Like, they'll deadass cancel class to go on vacation with their family or something, which is pretty wholesome, I can't lie. Or they could be one of them professors with crazy lore, so they gotta miss class to work on some top secret classified redacted government project or something like that. Bottom line is, I don't know why professors are labeled as these big bad guys. I don't know why I said bad twice. In reality, it's only really a small chance of you just getting an absolute terrible teacher. The main thing you gotta worry about is how they teach and their teaching style. So, might want to hate rate my professor before you sign up for them classes. But yeah, them evil professors you be hearing about on TikTok, most of the time it's not that serious. You know what is serious though? That work. When people think of college, probably the first thing they think about is sitting around all day, staying inside, studying and doing homework all the time with no life. And I ain't gonna lie, that's like 60 to 70% true. Nah, I'm trolling, but on a serious note, to the question of whether or not you'll be locked in the library doing homework all day, the answer is, it depends. Cause if you're like a business major with coloring book homework, yeah, you're never gonna be locked up anywhere. But if you're like an engineer going into the medical field, you know, the math and science type, you might not be seeing the sun. Now, of course, obviously, that heavily depends on the person. If you have good time management, you can easily make time for a life outside of school. But from what I've seen, that's only really a small percent of people. So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but statistically, if you're doing some hard ass shit, you might be cooked. That's not to scare you or anything though. It only becomes a lie if you let it pile up. So whatever you do, do not fall behind. You might have been able to pull an academic comeback in high school, but in college, that D might just stay a D. And even if you somehow do manage, you're gonna be shedding years off of your lifespan. Moral of the story is that college work is no joke. Unless you're a business major, of course. But hey, you know what they say? Come on, all together now. C's get degrees. Next. Alright, last but not least, probably the biggest thing college gets fantasized about, the freedom and independence. And I ain't gonna lie, for the most part, it's exactly what you'd expect. No parents to set you a curfew, no one telling you where you can and can't go. You're 18 now, so you can go more places and do more stuff legally, except for drinking. But I know some of y'all are gonna do that anyway. What? Who said that? Man, wind's getting crazy these days. Legally can get your own place if you got motion like that. Basically anything you think about doing when going away to college, you can pretty much do. But what they don't tell you is when you're on your own, you're on your own. The most you could do is call back home and ask some questions. You know, ask your mom how to grocery shop or how to cook something. But you have to actually do things yourself. If you were responsible in high school, it's probably not that big of a deal. But when it comes to schoolwork, nobody's gonna save you. No calls home when you get a bad grade. No type of interventions or none like that. If you don't do the work, you fail. If you're not ready for the exams, whether you study or not, you fail. It's not like high school where teachers will make sure you pass. Some professors will literally try to make you fail just to make their class look harder. But like I was saying earlier though, that's only a small percent of evil professors. Most of them aren't like that. If anything, they don't necessarily try to make you fail. It's more of a test of using your resources, you know, working smarter, not harder type shit. And if that involves using AI, so be it. I don't know about y'all, but I know me, Goth, and Gemini are not failing these classes. Remember though, only, and I repeat, only use it for studying, because you do not want to reap the consequences of cheating an exam in college. You might just never see your family again. And if you don't like using AI, that's cool too. Trust, in college there's a lot of resources, a plethora if you will. They are out there, you just gotta go get them. College can be scary, I can't lie, but you just gotta take action. So if you ever end up struggling, just don't be the person that doesn't use their resources and doesn't make connections. And if you are that person, well, I wish you the best. Damn, my fault for getting a little motivational there at the end, but I've been yapping for a good minute, so I'm gonna wrap it up. Yes, I'm gonna randomly drop a video after months like I never left. None of that Korea's Kenshin, I'm back. In all seriousness though, college was getting kinda crazy. If you couldn't tell by the very first video I'm coming back with, but I'm on break for like a month, so I got y'all. I think. I hope. But yeah, that's all I got for y'all. So if y'all enjoyed the video, make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a cookie in the comments if you made it this far. Have a good rest of your day, night, whatever it is for you. And remember, stay in school, kids.